back in the side for India instead of Prabhakar, and left-arm spinner Raju taking over from Ankola. Zimbabwe, well, they resisted the temptation for change and played the same 11 that lost to Australia. At the toss, there was success for Zimbabwe. They won it and decided to field, and here's what happened.
A little bit of a haze over the ground at the moment. It's going to be quite warm later on. And Ed O'Brander's getting a shot for the folks at home. Not much bounce in that first delivery.
Well, Kanpur is always known for not having much bounce at all. It's a dead track. It's a good batting wicket. All you got to do is get your feet out, up to the ball and play. On that occasion I've been following the Zimbabwe team almost everywhere, and at the beginning we always find that they haven't had settled down to a good line and length. You find so many wides and no balls being bowled by them. And I hope they're going to do better here now. And
bit of movement away there. That'll encourage Heath Streak. Ravi Shastri suggested that if there's going to be any movement, it will be early. Tendulkar off the mark. It's 2 for naught. Sidhu off the mark immediately.
Sachin is such a exciting player. Goes and plays his shots, a great improviser. Definitely needs a good partner at the other end to carry along, play with him, rotate the strike, which is most important. When you're playing one-day cricket, keep the scoreboard ticking. That's easy meat for Sidhu on the leg stump.
His streak continues to Sachin Tendulkar. Branders, who has missed the last couple of games due to an injury. He's been a stalwart for Zimbabwe. Played an important part in their major victory over England in the last World Cup. Oh, and he's got him. Heath Streak now levels Ed O'Branders, and what a scalp to take you to the top of the wicket takers list for Zimbabwe.
Well, he played half-cock. It was a no-man's land. He just played from the crease, and it was always good. The way he was trying to play earlier was to go forward, but then is caught there at the stump trying to play across the line, which is not a right thing to do on a Kanpur wicket where the ball doesn't come up and onto the bat so fast. And to follow that wicket, India 5 for 1.
Sanjay Mandrake has been promoted to the number 3 spot, so a couple of changes in the Indian batting lineup. Mandrake with a good record there, 35 his average. Played very well against Australia in Mumbai. Looked for a while as though he might help Tendulkar take India to victory. Got 62 in Mumbai. Heath Streak now has gone level with Ed O'Branders as the leading wicket taker for Zimbabwe, and what a scalp to pick up.
Tendulkar playing across the line here, not going right on top of the ball, and there it goes. It's castled by Streak. A good ball.
Beautifully timed. First boundary of the day.
A lot of width on that delivery. Ball pitching on the off stump and still moving away. Very nicely played by Sidhu. Watching the ball to the very end, placing a fast point.
That finds the gap. So a second boundary for India.
Very positive looking stroke from Navjot Singh Sidhu. The ball well pitched up to and from Charlie Locke. Getting right on top of the ball, just getting his feet across. Look at the flow of the bat, played so beautifully between the gap.
And the ball called by umpire Buckner, and that's going to run away for 4. Inside edge onto the pad.
One has to be very careful bowling to a line here, because Kanpur wicket, as it is, supports the batsman a lot. And if you drift down the leg side, that is the kind of treatment that you're going to get. The leg stump, and Sidhu, very watchful, glides it to fine leg.
Tendulkar out for 3. Sidhu, promoted to the opening position, is on 17. Mandraker on 2. This match in Group A being played at Green Park in Kanpur. There are some of the lads who have been on the tour, enjoying the best of conditions around India. And well taken. There's that mid-wicket position coming into play. That's a very good catch, because Mandraker hit the ball extremely hard.
The ball well pitched up to him, but then that's a brilliant catch, a reflex catch, if you recall. Very close to the bat, the ball on the leg stump, wanting to play with the swing, and taken marvelously by Campbell at shot mid-wicket. So follow that wicket, India 25 for 2.
Mohammad Azharuddin, captain of India, and he's got a job to do, coming in at 25 for 2. Good career record. The top score of 108 not out against Sri Lanka. Bombay, as it was in 86-87. Mumbai, as it now is. Azhar with 31 50s and 300s. Comes in following the dismissal of Sanjay Mandraker. It was well taken by Alastair Campbell. The ball was really flying. The problem is, with the low bounce, you don't get the elevation. It's not easy to clear those short men either side of the wicket.
Played away by Sidhu again, going through for a quick single. Good throw by the fielder at point, but Sidhu was well home.
Well, the Indians now realizing the need to get a move on. They have to take a few risks. And Sidhu has taken a justifiable risk over there, in fact strolling towards the end. They've lost 2 wickets very early. The prolific Sachin Tendulkar is out. Perhaps the law of averages catching up with him. And Sanjay Mandraker, who's also played well in this tournament so far, falling cheaply.
Nicely played by Azharuddin for only a single. But the Zimbabwe bowlers bowling well within their limitations.
Well, that's the trademark Azharuddin flick shot off his pads. In fact, Azharuddin plays that shot even to deliver is pitched outside the off stump.
Slower delivery from Charlie Locke, and nicely placed by Navjot Sidhu. Just shows you how fast this outfield is. It goes all the way into the fence for 4.
So Sidhu opening the face of the bat, waiting for it to come on to him, playing it very, very late, and then picking that gap between backward point and cover. That's good batting by Navjot Singh Sidhu. But this is a splendid opportunity for Navjot Singh Sidhu to consolidate his place in the Indian team. He's been in and out of the team.
In the air, and this could be out. It'll be interesting to see. Yes, Steve Buckner has nodded his head. The ball just stopping on the batsman. Azharuddin playing a little bit too early, and what a start for Brian Strang. First ball and a wicket.
Well, we've heard Ian Chappell say earlier on that that is a position where there would be a few catches coming in, that short mid-wicket position, and Azharuddin playing a little too early, not quite getting hold of it, not able to keep it down as well, and a fine catch there at short mid-wicket. So that's a very important wicket for Zimbabwe. The Indian captain gone. India 32 for 3.
3 for 32 India in dire straits at the moment, and Vinod Kambli comes to the wicket to join Navjot Sidhu. Vinod Kambli has a fine average in one-day cricket, but he'll have to improve on that today because India need a big knock from him. Because at the moment, the Zimbabwe team is right on top.
Well, this was really not pitched up for the drive, but Mohammad Azharuddin committed onto the front foot, then finding himself a little bit locked. He had to open out and not able to control that. Look at him, just playing it up in the air, the ball stopping on him somewhat, but he was committed onto the front foot.
Nicely played by Sidhu into the gap at mid-wicket, and this should go all the way to the fence because he's really timed that one sweetly.
But this is a fast outfield here at Green Park in Kanpur, and Navjot Singh Sidhu now gaining in confidence. This is not an easy shot to play the flick wide of mid-on, and you need to be in form, you need to be confident of yourself to be able to play that shot.
That's beautifully stroked by Kambli, straight down the ground, and once it beat the bowler, it was 4 runs all the way. Lovely piece of timing.
Vinod Kambli uses a very, very heavy bat, and he's got several grips on that handle over there. Becomes a very thick handle, and you can see how effective that heavy bat is. Not much of a follow-through over there. Very, very good timing.
Over pitched, and that was hit back to Brian Strang. One just gets the impression that it carried all the way.
Well, Brian Strang does have a very well disguised slow one. That's how he got Mohammad Azharuddin, and he had Vinod Kambli here playing a little too soon.
Down the track comes Kambli and plays it beautifully over mid-on to the pitch of the ball and going through with the shot. So welcome boundary for India, 56 for 3.
We do have plenty of players down the line who can bat. Run rate 3.14. Should be looking at 2. That's well run. Good placement once again. Fielder got there a little quicker this time.
Paul Strang trying to give a lot of air to his deliveries. So far not amongst the wickets, but has definitely bowled really well throughout this World Cup.
That's a good shot. Beautifully placed.
It's good to get onto that bad ball. Pitch fairly shot. Doesn't have a mid on there. It's really shot calmly, going on the back foot, watching it till the very end, playing it beautifully into that vacant area of long on.
A bit of good fortune there for Camley. Inside edge, but it's finished up being well placed.
Well, it's quantity and not the quality that matters in one-day cricket. As you see, Camley wanting to drive it onto mid-on, take inside edge. A good ball. That's a very good line that Strang has bowled all throughout.
That's the 50 partnership between Camley and Sidhu.
Well, these two consolidating the position for India. Picking up the right balls, keeping the scoreboard moving. Ones and twos, not letting the bowler get on top of them.
Just over the bowler's head and well placed in the end.
Nicely struck, getting a little bit of room. Ball pitched further away from the batsman. Getting on right up top of that. On the rise, but we can see that didn't go really very high as much as Camley would have intended. As Ian has been saying earlier, that it will be really difficult to hit it on the up. But anyways, a good shot, fetching 4 runs.
Excellent placement again, really making the fieldsman hustle out there.
That's a marvellous piece of fielding, a full toss from Stephen Peel. Well, both the spinners from Zimbabwe are not really trying to bowl quick, but give a bit of air, pushing the ball through in, not really quick. And there we see a marvellous piece of fielding, a certain 4 cut it to just 2.
Well hit. Just short of the boundary rope.
Using his feet really well, Vinod Kamli. Getting right on top of the ball with the swing. Straight over the bowler's head. It's a superb shot. And that is what the crowd wants.
Boundary has brought up the century for India. And Vinod Kamli now nearing his half-century, and it's been a quick one too. Strike rate is excellent, and he has hit straight. It's been a feature of his play that when he's hit the ball in the air, he's hit it straight down the ground.
That's the safest place on a cricket field, is to play over the bowler's head. And when you do that, you're always playing with the open bat, full face of the bat. You're playing straight. The follow-through is coming perfect.
So it's a race to the half-century for the 2 Indian batsmen.
Good for the Indian side that both the players who are not in good form at all have at least chipped in with their 40s to the side. That's very important that these two carry the Indian innings. Spinners at both ends. Are very good players. On spin bowling, use their feet really well. Doing rightly is to get right on top of the ball, smother the spin, and play straight.
Just when you consider that Sidhu is an opening batsman, he's got very good footwork to the spinners. He's quickly down the track and looks very confident in playing the spinners.
He uses his feet, and the best part about him is that he's not scared of playing his shots either out along the ground or over the top.
Ryan straying up from long on. Good fielding.
Getting back to Sidhu, he has played more at number 3 than the opening slot for India in the one-day games.
Campbell's looking for his 50. It's good fielding once again. It's 108 for 3. There's 50 for Vinod Kambli.
It's an innings of character by Vinod Kambli. Absolutely marvelous, coming in a position in India with 32 for 3. Maintaining a good strike rate as well, 50 or 56 balls. Should be looking forward to go for 100. Consolidate the Indian position further.
And now there's double pleasure in this over for the Indian fans. A second half century.
Sidhu coming in to open for India after a long time. All the time playing at number 3. Didn't play the earlier game due to injury. Has carried his bat through. Both of them shown a lot of character and consolidate the position for India, adding 80 runs for the 4th wicket. I would always feel that the captains generally are looking for that 125-30 mark in 30 overs. The Indian captain might be feeling short about 15 or 20, but then the early loss of wickets have not really affected the later on situation for India.
The job for Vinod Kambli now is to go on and try and make it 3 figures, as is the job for his partner. Man out there, and he's dropped it. Stephen Peel will be mortified.
Straightforward chance. Wasn't difficult at all. Had to just move out a few yards onto his right. Full toss from Stephen Peel. Thank you, said Kambli didn't connect it well. I'd say quite a simple catch, straight to his hand, and what a drop.
Another single for Sindhu, and that's the 100 partnership. So both these batsmen, Kambli and Sidhu, doing a wonderful job for India after India lost those 3 wickets early on with only 32 on the board. And Sunny with the quarter-final coming up. This should be very good news for India.
It is, no question about it, because both Kambli and Sidhu have been short of runs. Sidhu, in fact, has not been in the Indian team for the past couple of games. So this partnership, very, very important, not just from the team's point of view, but also from the individual point of view. Kambli's had some problems after that belligerent knock against the West Indians. He hasn't scored runs, so they all need an outing there, more so Kamli and Sidhu.
Well, any batsman would tell you that it's always good to have runs under your belt, especially when you go out next time around, because you are a lot more confident. You prepare to take on the bowling a lot quicker than you would do when you're not in nick. So with both these batsmen getting half centuries, the Indian team management should be very happy. Beautifully played by Kamli here, waited on it, opened the face of the blade and got the placement absolutely right, square of the wicket on the offside. 138 for 3. Well, this is the second time in quick succession that Vinod Kamli has been put down, and the Zimbabweans might well rue this drop chance.
Well, Campbell took that excellent catch to get rid of Mohammad Azharuddin diving forward, and this is, in cricketing parlance, a sitter.
Sidhu down the track this time, cannot hit the ball out of the ground, straight into the hands of the long off fielder. Heat streak, and finally Paul Strang picks up a wicket. So Sidhu gone, 174 for 4.
Well, Sidhu finally losing patience, and as we said earlier, he's not quite happy trying to hit against the spin this time. Although he got hold of it, he wasn't able to clear that fielder at a long off. But he's played a valuable hand for India. Navjot Singh Sidhu out for 80, India 174 for 4.
So he will have to do a lot of running, the new man in, Ajay Jadeja. He comes in with just 9 overs left. He's not had a very good run in this tournament. So he would like to make use of this opportunity to get his form back. He's played 47 matches for India, Ajay Jadeja. He's got just that 100 against the West Indies at Cuttack, and he's here because of this.
Navjot Singh Sidhu with 80 against his name now, knowing that the overs are running out, going for the big hit. He hit it very well, but was not able to clear the field, and Paul Strang has been very impressive.
Beautifully played on the offside by Vinod Kamli, stepping back on that back foot and crashing it through the covers. 189 for 4 India after 43 overs. Kamli 5 short of his 100. Down the track comes Jadeja. He's taken the ball on the full and hit it many a mile over deep mid-wicket. 6 runs.
It's not always easy to hit the full toss, particularly when it comes over the knees, but Jadeja, by stepping down the wicket, has got it at just the right height where he can use the full swing of his arms.
That brought up the Indian 200. And surprisingly, that was the first 6 of the Indian innings.
So I think 250 is going to be a pretty good score, because I don't think it's all that easy to hit sixes. We've talked before about the difficulty in getting elevation in your shots at this ground. Sure, the outfield is very fast, and you might be able to beat a few outfielders along the ground, But I think with a slow pitch and a low bouncing pitch, it's not all that easy to hit sixes. So 250 is going to be a tough target.
Yes, and after lunch it would still go slower and lower, because as you've seen, the basic tradition and as has been the character of this wicket is that it goes slower and lower as the game goes by. So 250 definitely is a very good score, until unless India bowl very badly. They are in with just 4 regular bowlers. And would be expecting Sachin Tendulkar and Jadeja to share as the 5th bowler.
Cambley on 99. There's the 100 for the young man. A very excited player he is.
That's very well played by Kamble. Played a superb innings, coming in at a situation when India were 3 down for 32, getting his second 100 in style. The first being at Jaipur against England in January '93, and this is how he got it, getting right on top of the ball. And look at that jubilation. It's been a long time since he got into runs. Definitely is a very happy man.
So the Zimbabwean fieldsmen now mostly back on the 30-metre circle, not really trying to save singles, trying more to cut down on the boundaries.
At this moment, they would be happy just giving away ones rather than coming close in the inner circle and leave more gaps and less time for them to stop the balls. So the situation with just 3.3 overs to go, that is not a bad strategy.
Zimbabwe doing well so far, cutting down on the boundaries, but that's excellent running to get back to the second.
On a fuller length, wanting to bowl into the block hole. Bowling well wide, giving the batsman an opportunity to take 2 runs.
Well played. Third man is up. That's brilliant batting.
Well, again a fuller length outside the off stump. Kamble waiting till the very end, letting the ball come on, just guiding it past to the vacant third man for 4. Just look at that. Not wanting to bowl up into the block hole, and that is what basically is done by bowlers bowling into these slog overs. But then Kamble really doing well. He might have even got a wide had he not connected that.
Long on, and it's straight down his throat. Grant Flower taking the catch. That was well taken because that was drilled flat and hard. That ends an excellent innings from Vinod Kamble.
Superb innings of character. It was quite obvious that after he gets his 100, he'll go for the shots, which he exactly did after playing that lovely late cut for 4 on this occasion, wanting to hit him over the top. And as we've been talking from the very beginning, it won't be that easy to hit it over the top, but this occasion is not able to clear it. Kamble is gone for a brilliant 106. India 219 for 5.
Nayan Mongia, who played so well in Mumbai against Australia, comes in with India at 219 for 5. That's a good batting average, coming in as he does late in the innings, not getting many opportunities to post a big score. Once again, he comes in late, with Vinod Kamble being dismissed for 106. Well hit and into the gap.
Again, drifting down the leg side, angling into the batsman. And Jadeja getting all the time and the opportunity to play that shot in the gap. This is what the bowlers should not try and do in these overs at the moment. They bowl so well. You see that one angling down the leg side and going for 4.
Once again, finding the gap out there. That's excellent placement. This is a much better over for India.
Well, the previous over by Streak has definitely been somehow or the other, somewhere we made up in this over. Again down the leg side, Jadeja stepping out, seeing the ball angling away, just guides it down to the vacant spot as of the previous delivery. Have to take these chances.
Well hit. What a terrific start for the over. 4-4-6.
Going straight into him, angling it. And Jadeja just on half-cock, taking it on the rise. Get the ball angling into Jadeja, and Jadeja takes the angle. With the angle, hits it over. Long on. Effortless shot.
It's well hit, but it's not going to reach the boundary. So Heath Streak doing an excellent job and keeping India below 250. Just 29 runs conceded from his 10 overs. Heath Streak picked up the wicket of Tendulkar. And it was just a generally all-round good bowling performance from Heath Streak.
Well, Vinod Kambli certainly rode his luck, didn't he? And Zimbabwe paid for it. Sidhu's return to form welcome. And if Sachin Tendulkar's failure is his only one of this tournament, he'll have timed that very well indeed. Heath Streak was the best of the Zimbabwean bowlers. For once, Paul Strang found the going tough. So 248 the target for Zimbabwe, and in double quick time if they want to get their run rate above the West Indies, and that'll be right after this break.
Placement there from Grant Flower. Jadeja with a good chase. Now the Indian fieldsmen with these two players are going to be needing to throw to Andy Waller's end at every opportunity. Andy Waller is a slow runner, Grant Flower a very fast runner. So in that situation you really need to be throwing to the slow runner's end all the time and make him work hard. And there's also the opportunity that you might pick up a run out. This time it's Venkatapati Raju with the chase.
Not quite timing this one. Andy Waller gets a thickish inside edge, but still manages to find the gap. So he won't be unhappy.
Excellent shot. Just a lovely flowing follow through. Zimbabwe 11-12 for naught. Grant Flower with Zimbabwe's first boundary in that last over. Magnificent shot. Just got a bit of width from Prasad and took full advantage.
Again, beautifully played by Grant Flower. Again, easing it. In fact, it's Andy Waller easing it through the covers, and a good attempt there by Jadeja on the cover fence, unable to stop the ball. So another boundary for Zimbabwe. Well, that's good tactics by the Zimbabwe players. They have to get after this new ball, because once the ball gets old, it's not going to come onto the bat, and shot making is going to be difficult.
2 more there to Andy Waller. Well, yesterday was great festival time in the city of Kanpur. And you see there, the colour pink is the dominant one. That's the dye that they buy, then put it in a bit of water, and good luck. Good luck getting it off. Ravi, you kept telling me that it comes off quite easily. I've seen a few guys walking around with some pink hairdos today.
I tell you what, they'll have a bottle of turpentine in their pocket as well. They'll need at least a week before they can get that off.
And what was it you were telling me about the silver stuff? That's the bad news, is it? The silver stuff.
Yeah, that's oil paint that they use, and that takes a little more than a week to get off. But we were lucky yesterday on a route from Lucknow to Kanpur. We had a couple of buckets thrown at the car, but luckily enough, the windows were shut, and we managed to get away.
You're being unduly modest, Ravi. It was your good advice that had us in the back seat. So that was the Holi festival yesterday. A festival of great colour. And Zimbabwe providing a festival of runs here in the last couple of overs as they race along to 21. And it's interesting that, that India haven't done as well in the games where Srinath has struggled to pick up wickets. And Flower playing very nicely, just waiting for the ball to come to him. He doesn't go out on a reconnaissance mission, searching for the ball. Waits for it to come to him.
Again, a lovely piece of timing through the offside. Like Ian Chappell said, just waiting on it and easing it through the covers. He's done that already 3 times in this innings. And has got quite a few runs of that shot.
Oh, that's well fielded. Brings up the 50 for Zimbabwe. Camberley very quick to get this ball back in the air. That's the strength of that bit of fielding. Off balance, and it just puts off Grant Flower. Makes him think twice about the second run. Good work from Camberley. Other than explosive batting at the start of the innings, the use of spinners has been a very great feature of the World Cup so far. Just a little bit of turn and not much pace onto the bat there, I suspect.
Yes, Venkatpati Raju getting the ball to turn just a little bit, and you can see the ball's keeping low.
It's a well-played stroke, played it off the length, which is why he was able to get it as fine as he did. Nicely controlled, got his bat parallel to the ground and had control of the stroke.
Venkatpati Raju would obviously like to settle his line right, and the batsman is doing the right thing too by trying to make him think what line he should be bowling.
There's a little story behind Andrew Waller playing in this tournament. He wasn't in Zimbabwe's original 20. He's a farmer and runs a big business, 14,000 acres of it, and wasn't able to get away. Then when David Houghton got injured, it was a plea from his captain, Andy Flower. It's got to be gone. Yeah, the nod from Steve Buckner. It's an unorthodox way of giving it out, but we were just talking about the advantage of the silly point in the attacking tactic of the spin bowler. Really good thinking from India and the first breakthrough for them.
But this is what they were looking for, that breakthrough, and by having that fielder at silly point and Raju flighting the ball and drawing the batsman forward meant if he didn't quite cover it, there was always the possibility of that going to silly point, where the captain himself is standing. That's Zimbabwe's first wicket gone for 59.
Guy Whittle is the new batsman, strong driver of the ball. He's here because Grant Flower has been caught at silly point off Venkapati Raju. Good cricket from India.
And there it is off the bat and pad straight to Mohammad Azharuddin.
Next man in there, Alistair Campbell, one of the ones that shaved off his goatee beard. That's trouble and out. Beautifully caught. Tendulkar moving forward at mid-wicket. We've seen 2 dismissals like that already today. The ball's not coming onto the bat. It makes the on-drive a difficult stroke. And Waller has fallen and Zimbabwe are in trouble.
Yes, the wicket is a little bit on the slower side, and unless you get right on top of the shot and get to the pitch of the ball, there's always the danger of hitting the ball up in the air. We saw that in the morning, and Tendulkar making up for his cheap dismissal with that brilliant catch. And Andy Waller's gone for 22, Zimbabwe 59 for 2.
Alistair Campbell has taken guard and will face Anil Kumble. He's here because Venkapati Raju did some real damage, skidding the ball in with the arm to Grant Flower, who inside edged onto his pad and well held by Mohammad Azharuddin, but not as well held as Sachin Tendulkar here, as Andrew Waller drove.
And that's going to fall safely. Now Sidhu, I'm sure he had a foot over the line, and it'll be interesting to see what the decision is. In fact, the umpire hasn't missed a trick. He's straight onto the walkie-talkie to get a replay. I think we'll find it's a 4.
Yes, nicely hit. Very safely into the gap. There we go. I would think that's a boundary.
That could run away to the boundary. Outfield is very fast. .76 for 2.
I don't know whether that was a chance or not, but Tendulkar didn't look as sharp as he sometimes does.
Well, he didn't look happy either, because I think this one was hit back straight at him, and it was a definite chance. And it's not often you see Sachin Tendulkar dropping catches like that, because even though it was difficult, he doesn't miss out on those. 78 for 2.
That's much more like it. A bit of real aggression from the Zimbabweans. Ian Chappell was talking about breaking your own shackles. Certainly done that, Alistair Campbell.
Well, that's one way of doing it, using your feet, getting to the pitch of the ball, and finding the gap. The man at long on was wide, so once he hit it a little straighter, it was always going to be pressure on the fielder.
He's got hold of that and given it a fearful piece of hammer. 1 bounce 4, and this is the way Zimbabwe have got to go if they're to get right in this hunt for victory today. They've got all sorts of work to do in run rate. Lovely stroke. India giving an example of their 7th bowler used, Ajay Jadeja. Captain won't think much of that line. He's got away with it. He's got a fine leg up and sprayed it from round the wicket down the leg side.
Well, this is a good workout for the Indians, even though they're not under tremendous pressure at this stage. Jadeja here just straying on that leg stump, because not having the 5th specialist bowler, they have to fall back on Tendulkar and Jadeja. So this really is a good practice before the all-important game against Pakistan. Ajay Jadeja doing the trick there for India. Brought on as the 7th bowler, getting the important wicket of Campbell. Trying to drive there and hitting the ball straight back to him. 96 for 3 Zimbabwe.
Nice work by Jadeja, very sharp return catch. And it's been difficult to drive the slow medium paces all day on this surface, and that's why the ball isn't coming onto the bat. Very good work from India and from Mohammad Azharuddin for bringing Jadeja on to bowl. Zimbabwe 96 for 3. Andy Flower has successfully negotiated his first ball, knocking it to square leg for a single. Zimbabwean captain at the crease. It's had a disappointing time in the World Cup so far with the bat, and this is why he's here.
Well, again, Jadeja inducing the batsman to drive. Alistair Campbell not quite getting his foot to the pitch of the ball, managing only to spoon a simple return catch to Ajay Jadeja. He's a very good fielder, and he makes even sharp chances look simple. Well, he's one of Zimbabwe's leading batsmen, Andy Flower, but his form in this tournament has left a lot to be desired. He's still to reach double figures in any one of his innings. And this is the wicket of Campbell, giving a simple cotton bowl chance to Ajay Jadeja.
Oh, there's trouble here immediately, and there's going to be a guess. I rather thought so. Cyril Mitchley, optionless, but to ask for the second opinion. We've got a third umpire alongside us. It looks very, very tight to me.
We're sent back here by Andy Flower. It'll be interesting to see if Sachin Tendulkar has dropped the bails even before he's got his hands on the ball. Calmly coming in very quickly from backward square leg and shying at the stumps. Good throw. And in fact, this could be very, very close.
That's very good work from the third umpire, Mr. Samarasinga. He's given it a lot of thought, looked at it at every angle, and made absolutely the right decision. Great relief that'll be for the Zimbabwean skipper, Andy Flower. He's been involved in 1 or 2 run-outs in this tournament.
And this could be gone this time.
This is hopeless cricket, really and truly. It's a wry smile, as if to say this is the way of the tournament. And there's been a change in decision by the umpire. That's very interesting, because Guy Whittle was perfectly happy to go. He made to go off, and Cyril Mitchley said, "No, I'm sorry, son, but it's Whittle that's got to go, not Flower." Zimbabwe are 99 for 4. Craig Evans, the new batsman, strong right-handed striker of the ball. Guy Whittle, the man eventually judged out by Cyril Mitchley in a chaotic bit of cricket.
Well, that really was an awful mix-up, and Guy Whittle sent on his way, because obviously Cyril Mitchley thought that he hadn't crossed Andy Flower when the man Mongier removed the bails.
Well, the skipper's got halfway down the pitch there, kept going, reckoned that he's got past Guy Whittle, so he's kept going, the wry smile on his face, as if to say, that's the end of my tournament. Cyril Mitchley's called him back and sent Guy Whittle on his way.
Well, in fact, I'd like to take my words back here. I think, Mark, you're absolutely right, because Guy Whittle has to cross Andy Flower to be given out, and by the look of things here, he hasn't. So I think Cyril Mitchley may have just got it wrong, as I have done here in the box.
Haven't got much else wrong this tournament, Ravi. I've got to say, that's 4, an outside edge. Little outswinger from Ajay Jadeja. Craig Evans just leaning forward, got a thickish edge to it, and he ran away very fast. It's a quick outfield, a very good outfield here. And even the diving fielder could do nothing about it.
So important where you place your man at deep third man and fine leg.
Jadeda also mixing things up, just running his fingers across it and getting the slightly slower off break going there, as well as the little outswing of the ball before. And another one's gone. Zimbabwe are falling apart here. Craig Evans not even settled at the crease, having a big dart at Ajay Jadeda and paying the price.
Well, Craig Evans trying to hit the ball over mid-off even before he gets his eye in. Deceived here by Ajay Jadeja. The ball really not coming on. A quickish off-spinner, and Anil Kumble making absolutely no mistake. In fact, it's Javagal Srinath diving forward. Fourth Zimbabwe wicket gone, 106 runs on the board.
Chaos in the Zimbabwean batting ranks. Another wicket has gone. Craig Evans and Heath Streak is at the crease. In the commentary box, the two masters of the batting art, Sunil Gavaskar and Ian Chappell.
Thanks, Mark. I agree with the first one, not the second. Zimbabwe just falling apart here, and unfortunately their skipper not having much of a World Cup. And I really think part of the problem is the fact that he's pushed himself down the batting order. He quickly runs out of partners, and Craig Evans here falling to the bowling of Jadeja.
But the Indian batting, although it has done well so far, thanks mainly to Sachin Tendulkar, it's the Indian bowling that is really the cause for worry. And if Tendulkar and Jadeja can do the job, then it'll take a load off Azharuddin's shoulders.
It's an excellent stroke from Andy Flower. That was a slower ball. He used his feet well and made a very good strike over extra cover. Zimbabwe 141 for 5. Hit very well. Heath Streak is an excellent striker of the ball. Very dangerous man coming in the lower half of the order. Hits it very hard and very cleanly.
Yes, picks it up really well. The ball is in the stumps, and Heath Streak goes with the full flow of the bat, taking it on the rise and clearing it so easily for 4.
Worked away, and it's 4. Runs away very quickly down towards the pavilion end of the ground. A very good little deflection from Heath Streak.
Very fast outfield, and even the slightest of a chance, batsman playing in the gap, definitely easily get 4 runs. You see this drifting down the leg, flicks it very fine, gets 4 runs.
Quite carry back to Jadeda. That deflection from Heath Streak, clever little deflection. The ball previously brought up the 50 partnership between Streak and Flower.
Almost did carry into him.
That'll be 4 more. Plenty of power in that stroke from Heath Streak. Jadeda dropping short, and at his pace and on this surface, you certainly can't afford to do that. Zimbabwe 161 for 5. Nobody quite knew. The crowd felt just for a minute that was a catch. Streak powering into a pull. And Nazaruddin diving at mid-wicket. Let's have a look.
It's a brilliant piece of fielding by Nazaruddin. Well, you know, it just might have carried.
It's a big shout and out. Streak looking at the big pull sweep shot. And Raju has done the trick.
Well, the ball was well pitched up to him. There was no chance at all to go for that hoik on the off stump. Straight. Laying across the line, wanting to sweep. So just pitching on the middle stump, and there he goes, absolutely plumb in front of the wicket. And follow that wicket, Zimbabwe 168 for 6.
Paul Strang is the new batsman. Very gifted young leg spinner, 1 for 45 today. Not his best performance of the tournament. But, plenty of talent there, just the 1 wicket. Got rid of Najot Singh Sidhu, caught by Heath Streak on the boundary. He's arrived because Heath Streak has been adjudged LBW by umpire Steve Bucknor, having a big slog sweep at Raju.
And that's how he went. Plumb in front of the wicket.
Final matches of the group round tournaments being played today. This one here, Kanpur, that thriller up in Pakistan against New Zealand, and gone. Bowled on the big pull, and Raju has had a very good day. Great surprise when he was left out in Delhi, and his worth has been shown. The Zimbabwe have looked to accelerate against him and found it very difficult.
But you've got to be very watchful playing that shot, a track which is slow and low. This one from Raju on the middle stump, keeping really low. Andy Flower going for a big hit over mid-wicket, missing it completely. Is bowled for 26. Zimbabwe 173 for 7.
We've got a case of brothers at the crease now as Brian Strang, right-handed, joins Paul Strang, also right-handed. Brian Strang, of course, the left-arm seamer. Picked up a wicket this morning. Brian Strang has arrived at the crease because the Zimbabwean captain has played 1 pull shot too many. Ball keeping very low. A difficult shot on a pitch of indifferent bounce, and it's been a wretched tournament for Andy Flower. One can only sympathise with him because Zimbabwe have been below par from the start of the tournament, and the dog is bringing a bit of excitement to things here. The Kanpur crowd love the sight of him. There's a couple of security guards running around as if they're going to do anything about it. Venkapati Raju is happy just to watch and smile. The dog is happy to delay the final rites, this final match for Zimbabwe in the 1996 World Cup. What a terrific stroke that is. He is a gritty little competitor, this Paul Strang. The slower ball from Prasad, and it's just been dismissed.
Well, he certainly has a good future. He's a fine young bowler, and here showing that he's no mug with the bat. Slower delivery from Prasad, promptly punished.
A good strike, Strang making room, quite getting hold of it. Tendulkar quickly round, and a good return from him. Well, that's well timed indeed. Just a little chip for 2. I've seen that sort of shot played by a number of outstanding players over the years, made famous initially by the New Zealand opening batsman Glenn Turner, who really turned it into an art, just chipping the ball over the infield and stopping it before it got to the outfield, and able to pick up 2 nearly every time. And very well bowled. There's all sorts of chaos. The batsman that had to get out of the way of the Yorker was on the deck. The batsman who was backing up. Brother Brian got himself into a tangle, and for a minute looked as if he might get run out by Raju, who was coming in very quickly from mid-wicket.
Beautiful Yorker here from Srinath, following the batsman, watching the batsman's feet and bowling right into the block hole.
Goes. No question about that. Srinath much too good for the tail of Zimbabwe. Strang walking all the way across his stumps and looking to work it away to square leg. Pays the price for playing across the line.
Well, Strang has been strangled in this over by Srinath. Here looking to get inside the line of the ball and flick it on the onside. Makes no contact and has his stump shattered. 193 for 8 Zimbabwe.
Stephen Peel is the new batsman. Big, strong, burly, left-handed striker of the ball. Doesn't really suit Stephen Peel to be dressed up in pink, and it doesn't suit Zimbabwe much either. They're not in the pink in this tournament, I'm afraid. They've had a miserable month. Very disappointing for them. A lot of enthusiasm for the game in Zimbabwe. A lot of hard work has gone into their admission to full test status. And it's been much harder for them under that sort of pressure to come and make an impression in the World Cup of 1996. One of the problems for them is that the expectation is that much higher once you're a test nation and you can't sneak up on people like you had done previously.
Well, this is the wicket of Paul Strang in the previous over, moving across the stumps, trying to flick it on the onside, making no contact, and having his stump shattered.
No, umpire Steve Buckner won't think much of that. The ball going well down the leg side. Srinath, another one of the seamers to come around the wicket to left-handers.
Getting a bit of movement here, Srinath, but would have missed leg stump quite comfortably, that delivery.
That's a better shout, and out. Had to be. Brian Strang playing all across Srinath, who just got the ball to come back off the seam. Enough to cause the problem.
Well, third time lucky for Srinath. 3 appeals were turned down. This time he gets this delivery to come back in a long way. And umpire Steve Buckner had no problem in giving the batsman Brian Strang out. 195 for 9 Zimbabwe.
Stephen Peel is on strike, and Charles Locke is the new batsman for Zimbabwe. And Strang just bowled by Srinath. Anil Kumble in operation, and over the last 3 years I can't think of a more improved bowler in world cricket. Here's the dismissal. You'll see absolutely dead LBW, I reckon. And that's 4. Dismissive strike from Stephen Peel.
And Kumble certainly wasn't happy with that shot played by Stephen Peel. Gave him a real glare.
Runs away very quickly, and 4. Thick outside edge for Peel. Kumble won't be so happy.
Well, he certainly isn't amused. It can be frustrating for a bowler. And he's bowling at a number 11 who's having a go at him and getting runs where he actually doesn't intend to get it from. Well, he feels he's been there long enough to handle Kumble. Much better than Charlie Locke.
It's gone up very high and out. The game is over. Venkapati Raju, who's bowled so well, has put an end to the 1996 World Cup for Zimbabwe. Disappointment for them, but absolute jubilation around the Green Park Stadium, where India have recorded a very effective victory.
Well, Spiel here taking a chance once too often, hitting Kumble on the onside, getting a top edge, and Venkatapati Raju was never going to drop that one. He had his eyes on the ball all the way down.
So Zimbabwe's World Cup campaign came to an inevitable conclusion. They lost by 40 runs, and frankly, never in that run chase looked like challenging India. And the next time we'll see them on Sky Sports will be next winter when England tour there. Srinath's figures, respectable, and he did well at the death, but once again it was the Indian spinners who looked to be the most effective. Now, whilst that was going on in Kanpur, in Kandy, Sri Lanka finished their first phase of the campaign in spectacular style, hitting a world record 398 in their 50 overs. Kenya did their best, but they ended up 144 runs short. So the final Group A table looks like this. Sri Lanka top with a 100% record, Australia second, India third, and the West Indies safely there in fourth.